Lucio in Tipton, California. Mark?
Tulare. We had a nice deal. We had a nice deal the other day, a couple weeks ago. Some of you were there, and I was getting the origins of this group. Started with a couple guys really working their butts off for our industry in the backyard over a dinner, maybe desperate. I hate to use that word, that's what it is. And it looked like I'm talking to everybody in agreement right here, but I see a window open up there, so maybe someone hears us in that building. I think that's important, people. But like you said, I come from a hay lot. For those of you that don't know what that is, I think they originated maybe in Chino, California, on these little dirt places where some guy was trading loads of hay to the dairy farmers. And I used to do my vacations as a kid there because I was pretty infatuated with those places, how there was fence lines of them up and down the road. And I was never a cow guy or never a truck guy, but I was always a dairyman guy. They were always in those places arguing and fighting, and it's just a really great culture back then. And I'm young enough to probably progress, but old enough to remember a lot of the immigration and the hard work. I don't work on the 27th floor in Chicago on a boardroom. I work at a place in between Tulare and Tipton where a guy comes in with manure on his boots to try to hand you a payment on something you did, and in return we try to do the same thing. And probably a million things that I would have done different, and you know, like you got to check your baggage at the door, like you said. One thing I would never do different is at least there's some people out here that buy product from us and some don't. But the one thing I appreciate is that we've had a chance to at least offer it. I can never think of another group of people that are better to deal with than a dairy farmer. I've been several places. I'm proud to come from a state that is a leader in software and entertainment to the south, software to the north. But my true heart is in the Central Valley, where we immigrated, where the land was fertile, and we continue on through generations. And like some industries where people are counting down the days to retirement, I said this in Tulare, man, you can't get a dairyman to retire. They die on their places, man. Their kids kick them off. That's true. It's half joking, but it's true that we are not rewarding people that actually want to work. I mean, how do you tell a 21-year-old guy with aspirations of being a dairy farmer that you have 15 strikes against you before you even think about doing that job? Most of us were set in our destinies by the time maybe we were 8, 10 years old. Some people have educations, I happen not to. And I'm thinking of my choices, you know, the people that come in, what are we going to do? 65 years old, what are we going to do? I'm looking at myself, what am I going to do? We were set to be dairymen from age 8. Why is a good operator, and there's a normal cyclical thing in business that the bottom end is taken out, and I understand that. That could be me, you, or the guy to my left. But if you're a good operator and you're functioning within the middle margins and you don't have a chance, something's wrong with that. Something's wrong with a country that was based on hard work, passing on. And there's a lot of jealousy issues. And I don't know, man. I mean, dairymen, I don't know why people that so much love the animals hate the people that own them. I read an article on the internet and it's saying in Chino Valley that, trying to get the numbers right, but it was saying that 150,000 cows create the pollution of 1.9 million cars. That's asinine. I mean, there's no way that study is correct, that 100,000 and change cows at 1.9 million cars. I don't even know who would write that, but in my opinion, it's someone that probably doesn't like a dairy farmer. I speak for the Central Valley. It's a California issue. That's where my heart is. As Kevin calls it, anchors. When you drive up the road 99, proud's a bad word, but when you see the Western milling trucks, You look at 450-some thousand jobs created. I don't even think you could put a number on that, because we were talking last night with Jim. What about the fuel tax paid by those trucks? What about the people that keep this in operation? It goes down to everything tied. I can't say California, but Central Valley is tied to a dairy. These sunglasses were bought by a gallon of milk. Every meal I've ever had. It's been an honor to be involved with this group of people. Maybe something I wouldn't want my kids to go on to. I don't know. I mean, I can't call that maybe something else, but something that I hope I have the honor to do many years to come. It's just been real depressing, man. I mean, we've had, my vision, if someone asked me to sum it up, would be both lots in the center of town, small lot, and now out towards Tipton, but a group of people that were optimistic, drinking coffee, arguing, cussing, complaining about the price of hay, laughing, talking about getting their herds and their land paid for. And that doesn't happen anymore, man. It's no fun to go to work. There's no more hardly any smiling. It's bad news. But I'm trying to go back to my own Norman Rockwell image of the old hay lot and the old dairy farmer. And the last thing I saw before I came to Sacramento, and this is a true story, is I left the dairy in Tipton with a 60-year-old man and wife crying with nowhere to go. And I was there for reasons, and it's nice. I think I drove away crying, but I'm tired of it. I mean, I want to do whatever is asking me, and I don't know if I'm hurting, helping. And I'm just one aspect of the industry that I'm not a dairyman, but I'm a dairyman at heart. So I thank you for having us. And I know Kevin feels the same way, or not more. We talk about this, and it's just a total disaster. And the guys out there, I appreciate the guys that have given us a chance, and to hopefully continue to be able to have that opportunity. Thank you.
Well done, Mark. Thank you. You think about supply houses, hoof trimmers, byproduct buyers. There's such a ripple effect to what's taking place with this lack of parity on pricing, and we just got to continue to send that message to